welcome you out on behalf of Nimishillen Township Board of Trustees. It is Thursday, March the 14th, 2024. If you could, would you please stand for the pledge? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen, Lord. Thanks for coming out tonight. If you wanted to speak, you can sign up here on the sign-in sheet right up here. We ask that you sign in with your name and your address. I'm George Keefield, President. Jennifer Leon, Vice President. Mark Thomas to my right, Trustee. Todd, Bosley, Fiscal Officer here. Jeff Tesh, our interim acting Fire Chief. Lee Gonzalez, Road Superintendent. And Jeff Shipman, our Zoning Inspector. We're going to go off chart here a little bit on the agenda. We've got one quick thing here to do. We've got a swearing in for an oath of office for Sandy Smith. She is going to be our new fiscal officer starting April the 1st. And it's my honor to introduce her and then also swear her in because her family is here. A bunch of little ones back here, her grandbabies, and they might start crying here before long. What's that?
The little ones will start.
The little ones, yeah. Not her husband, just the little ones. So you would raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Sandy Smith,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and will faithfully discharge the duties of fiscal officer
and will faithfully discharge the duties of fiscal officer
of Nimishillen Township, Stark County,
of Nimishillen Township, Stark County,
the State of Ohio, during my continuance in office.
State of Ohio during my continuance in office.
That's it. Congratulations.
Thank
Your husband's back here, and you get your daughters.
you. That's my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandson Paul, and then the little one is my granddaughter Hannah.
You know, one in the basket, one in the army. Thank you very much. Thank you. Are you sticking around there?
I'm sticking around.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming. All right, we'll go right down to the agenda. We certainly appreciate Jeff Tesh, our acting fire chief here with his first meeting of 2024. If you take it away there, item number 1, go ahead, Jeff.
First resolution, changing employment status of firefighter Joseph Turnbull from full-time to part-time. He's got hired at Jackson Township full-time, started this week. He's still gonna stay part-time and he'll fill in as he can down the road.
At the rate of 14 per hour?
Yeah.
Effective March
14.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
Motion.
Any second? I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
George,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Mark.
Yes.
Okay, number 2.
Second resolution, promote from part-time firefighter paramedic to full-time with Daniel Riggs to full-time at an hourly rate of $22.79 per hour effective 3/14/2024.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
George,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Mark.
Yes.
And Daniel's here.
Yes, sir.
Hiding back here in the corner.
Kinda.
He lives over here off of Pinedale.
Yes, sir.
Is it Pinedale that you live on?
Yep, yeah, right on the bend.
And he's got 3?
3 kids,
Three
yeah.
kids.
Yeah, I got 5, 3, and 1.
Okay. We're glad to have you full time. Yep.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, thank you. All right, number 3.
Promote from part-time firefighter paramedic Travis Barton to full-time firefighter paramedic at an hourly rate of $22.79 per hour effective 3/14/2024. He's also sitting in the audience.
Motion to approve?
I second.
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
and Mark.
Yes.
Travis is here as well. He's hiding.
Right
Oh,
there.
he's sitting out back there. You got any little ones on the ground yet? No. Not yet, right?
Not that he knows of.
How old are you, Travis? Can I ask? 21. Thank you for your service, both of you guys. Give them a round of applause. for full time. Number 4.
Fourth, reimburse Daniel Riggs, David Hallis, and Christopher Hallis $725 each for a power supply two classes they signed up for, they'll be taking it online, but they did pay for the class out of their own pocket initially.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion to second, voting please.
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Hey, on to the road, Lee?
He's got some more.
Oh, you have some more?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead. 4A.
There's a resolution to accept February incident report that I printed out, I emailed to three,
For February, right?
for February, yeah, month of February.
How many incidents is that? You got it.
There's 100 emails, wasn't there?
100 even, yeah.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion to second, voting please.
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Okay,
One more, sorry.
that's all right.
Resolution to accept the North Lawrence Fire Department dispatch contract at amount of $2,240.01.
Monthly.
Monthly.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion to second, voting please.
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
All right, hey, thank you very much, Jeff. Okay, on to the road, Lee.
Resolution to approve the March 14th, 2024 road report.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion to second, voting.
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Number 6.
Number 6,
We're gonna table that?
table that,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little more discussion on that.
Okay, that's fine. Number 7.
Number 7,
Oh, discussion for the dumpster?
for the metal.
Yeah.
Talked to Washington about it, like we talked about.
Yeah,
They said they don't have much.
they don't get much there. Okay.
Not the trash.
Oh, not much trash.
Right.
Okay,
People putting other stuff in there that's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's all metal.
yeah. Where are you thinking about putting it?
Right against the south fence, right out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Where the fence kicks out,
Yeah.
where we pull back in.
Okay,
It should not be moving right.
okay.
Did Washington think that rather than making money on the scrap, they had to pay more to get rid of the stuff they put in there? You know, if you have a metal dumpster and enough people throw metal in, you can get money for the metal.
Right, yeah, the township will get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they feel that they,
Was it worthy for their
Oh,
time
yes.
and trouble?
Oh,
Yeah.
there's no doubt.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, and basically,
What
once
they're
it's full,
saying.
once it's full, then you just go ahead and.
It doesn't cost us anything to have.
Right.
Right.
So,
So we're trying to put an outlet, when you go in for the yard waste, right there on the left, put a dumpster there for scrap recycling. We have people all the time that say, hey, I got an old washing machine, or I've got an old, bicycle that was along the road, they can just, guys pick up iron on the road, you can throw it in there, and then we can have it recycled.
we just checked it, what the washer did yesterday on the bottom.
Yeah, we pick up a
Throw it
lot.
off on the side of the road.
Believe it or not, we get our shares of washers and dryers along the road, yeah. So we can recycle that and have a
Right.
place to take, instead of taking a washer all the way into Alliance, we just get a dumpster full, they'll pick it up, and then they'll send us a check, so that's a pretty good idea. Would be 4 foot tall, the size, it won't be 8 or
No,
6.
no, it'll just be the short.
Just so they can get.
20 yards.
Yeah, back of your pickups for your iron net, okay. We get signed for it probably,
What
okay,
you can and can't put in.
yeah, okay. Need to make a motion? Yeah, make a motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to place a scrap metal dumpster at 4915 North Nickel Plate.
Need a second?
second?
Motion to second, voting please?
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Lee.
Yep, thank you.
Does that require the $25 ticket?
No,
No.
that's a freebie. It's right to your left, right as you pull in, to your left, it'll be your
Yep.
left. Yeah,
You actually can't miss it when you're driving down the road.
yeah, be right there.
You'll see the dumpsters.
Okay, Todd, fiscal officer?
Just a question about that last motion. Do you know who you're gonna contract with for that, or is it?
Oh, yeah, have you talked to?
Broadway metals.
Broadway, you've talked to
They've
Broadway.
been lines.
Okay.
They'll deliver the dumpster for free.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Todd,
Okay,
ready?
yep. Number 8, approve the payment to Ohio Billing for February fees in the amount of $2,025.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion to second, voting please?
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Number 9, approve payment to Auditor of State for financial audit in the amount of $902.
Motion to approve?
Second?
I have a motion to second, voting?
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Number 10, approve annual fee for P.O. Box 181 in the amount of $120.
Motion to approve?
I
Second?
have a motion to second, voting?
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Number 11, approve payment to Louisville Rotary Club for 4 flags at $30 per flag.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion to second, voting?
George.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Number 12, approved payouts for fiscal officer Todd Bosley, trustee George Kiko, trustee Jennifer Leone, and trustee Don Keefe for the 2021 payroll underpayments per audit recommendations as submitted.
We got 2022, 21.
2021 through 2022.
Motion to approve?
Second?
I have a motion and a second voting.
George,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Okay, is that it, Todd?
That's it, thank
All
you.
right. Zoning,
15 resolution accepts March 14, 2024 zoning report.
Motion to approve?
Second?
motion and a second voting, please.
George,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
14, resolution accept the February 2024 monthly audit.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion and a second voting, please.
George,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
All right, number 15, Jen.
I make a motion to approve and sign the 2024 yard waste site block grant agreement with the Stark Tuscarora Swing Joint Solid Waste Management District for an amount not to exceed $34,875, and that will pay for the arm and the card reader and
Second?
Motion and a second voting, please.
George,
Yes.
Jennifer,
yes.
Mark,
Yes.
So that was for our new arm and the card reader there, whenever you bring your yard waste in now, you have to put the arms in there and the card reader and set up that system. And then, they reimbursed us, they gave us $34,875, so that was nice of us, management district, we appreciate that. Okay, concerns of the citizens, 5 minutes to speak. Once I call your name, there's a little microphone up here if you would speak, 5 minutes, and state your name and also state where you live. Jerry Joseph.
Thank you. We have a lot of names on there, so I'll keep it short. My name is Jerry Joseph, I live at 6132 Columbus Road, Louisville.
Can't hear you.
what's your microphone?
That's kind of floppy.
Okay, do one in order.
I met you for the first time at a meeting I was at.
Yeah.
Never seen you at any meeting before, we introduced myself and we talked.
Yes, sir.
But any of the meetings, let me back up a minute. Are you involved in the Washington Township solar development?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and why was not none of that mentioned when you were running for office here? That may influence the vote.
I signed up for that 5 years ago, had nothing to do with me running for trustee.
You think I would know about that if there was somebody that I was gonna vote for? I know it's not your fault, but that's something
I don't know why
Could've
anybody
changed
would
the
like
outcome.
it.
You could have changed the outcome of the vote. There's a lot of people that don't like it. I have talked to very few that are for it. Okay, well, that's
It's
your
okay,
opinion.
everybody's got their opinion.
When is the vote for this, for Nimishillen Township?
We have until April the 30th, so we talked about probably next meeting at the 28th, the 28th.
Are you gonna abstain from voting on it?
I don't know yet.
You think you would?
I don't know yet.
Okay, I know, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think you should. George did not vote on that property for, that you auctioned off down
Right.
at Fairwood, correct?
Correct.
Because you had personally involved.
Yep, I sold it to
I have no personal involvement in the
In
Nimishillen
Nimishillen,
Township.
well, it could happen.
Yeah, it
That's
could.
what it's for.
I've not heard from enough citizens, yes or no
Okay,
yet.
well, maybe you will tonight. Okay, another concern I have, in our township, we tie up property for who knows how many years, solar panels. And there's not enough information out there to know if it would be good or bad environmentally for the township.
Right.
And what about the property values? I have seen no positive effect from any article I've read on solar panels. Now, here's another question I have for just you two. You're both in real estate, have been for a number of years. And you're also an auctioneer. Has anybody ever called you looking for property next to a solar farm? No. And that should tell you a lot right there.
I've sold
Nobody wants-
properties with solar farms on them though.
You have? Okay.
Small
Has
ones.
anybody called
Small
you
ones.
and said, can you find me a house next to a solar farm?
I don't know, no, I don't think they have, I don't think it's first on their list, usually it's the schools, yeah.
Pretty much because nobody wants to be by one, and it ruins property values. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. Hey, Randy Bordner.
Good evening, Jennifer, George, and Mark.
Good evening.
The reason I want to speak tonight is on behalf of my brother. We both live at 6700, I'm Randy Bordner at 6700 Joliet Avenue. And my concern is about dumping leaves and sticks. We have a 1-ton truck and we pull a 14-foot dump trailer. We live in a 10-acre woods. If you'd like to come out and rake sometime, we'd more than appreciate it. But we actually pick them up with a mower and dump them in the trailer and then dump them down at the township. We have for years. We don't take logs. We've never taken any big limbs. We just want to be careful so that we can continue to do that as part of living in the township. And I think the card was a great idea, by the way. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do know other people live elsewhere that do have cards, and it does cut down on the traffic. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it. And that program, you know, we've been really lucky for the last 7 or 10 years that we've had this solid, I call it solid waste, but the yard waste program that was started by the county, so you wouldn't dump your leaves and your clippings in the ditches. And then over the years, the funding for that program cut back about every year, literally 10 grand,
Yeah.
10 grand,
This was the
10
last
grand.
year.
So this was the last year for the program. There was originally 17 municipalities that started in that program. We were down to the last 3. We were one of the 3. And what happened was whenever you took county money, you had to leave it open to everybody in the county. Well, everybody in the county said, no, Louisville's free, I'll take my stuff to Louisville. So we were getting more than double what we expected of yard waste, and we couldn't turn anybody away. So we spent $76,000
Yeah, it increased,
last year.
21,000.
76,000 just on leaves and debris. So by charging a nominal fee and allowing it just for the Louisville city residents and the Nimishillen residents, Lake Township, as soon as they implemented their program 2 years ago, their volume went in half. So that's what we're hoping here. And then also to keep the program going, I think it's a great program. And for the nominal fee, I think it'll work for everybody. And the city of Louisville, if we end up spending, you know, $30,000 this year, Louisville City pays for half. They'll pay for half. So if we're over, you know, beyond the cards. So I just want everybody to know that. Heather, is it sick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And your state your address then.
Heather Stick, and I'm at Foster here in Nimishillen. I get a little nervous speaking in front of people, so bear with me here. Okay. So my involvement started, it's regarding solar, but my involvement started because I have family and friends that are in Washington that'll be impacted directly by the solar. My parents will be right, very close, and then I have a couple of friends who'll be right beside. One lady, she's gonna be surrounded on 3 sides of her property by the solar. But basically, I am opposed to large-scale solar on agricultural land. I am concerned for my neighbors, friends, and family, and the negative impact that large-scale solar could have on our community. I was recently at a meeting where I listened to the concerns of several wonderful people who will have a solar panel right next to them or surrounding them. Most are longtime residents. Many other people in Stark County are also concerned about these that may be coming to our townships, which is also why I wanted to be here tonight to voice my opposition to it in Nimishillen, and occupying a substantial amount of agricultural land. It was encouraging to see so many people at the meeting to support their neighbors, family, and friends, but also sad to know what the future may hold for so many of them. One sweet lady was very visibly upset about wildlife who take safe refuge by her home and how it would destroy their habitat and her safe space. Besides the effect on wildlife and ecosystems, some other specific concerns include field title damage and drainage issues, groundwater and well water contamination, flooding and downstream pollution, toxic contamination of soil from panels, inverters, or batteries, loss of farm community values and culture, the potential for, if there's a fire, because I've seen that in several instances, and I have links here also. To the facility or battery station and lack of evacuation plan, as well as aesthetics and reduced property values. So I do have a good friend who is considering buying land and building a house in Washington Township, but after hearing about the proposed solar development, she decided against it. I'm certain this will be the case for many others as well. And people and wildlife are left to deal with the disrupting sounds, each of you will research the ample number of concerns and listen to the voices of the community. One thing I hear a lot is, like, we don't wanna tell people what they can or cannot do with their property, which is only half true. The other half of the property rights ideology belongs to those adjacent to the project, those close to the project, those who pay taxes, those who build homes in the beautiful countryside to live out the rest of their days, but are now, having to deal, but are now victims because of the few. What about those who will stand the chance to lose the value of homes and properties? So I will ask, where do the property rights end for those who lease their land out for 40 years, and where do the property rights begin for those who live adjacent and close to the project? And then I have, from some of the links I have, I just printed off, some of the stuff. I'll just kind of try and go through it quickly, because I only have a lot. Industrial scale solar power plants should not be placed on land already zoned for A1 agricultural and RA for rural area use. The local planning commission and boards of supervisors should vote to reject industrial scale solar power plants based on this reason alone. The land, forest, farmland, vegetation, soil is forever destroyed. Despite current discussions regarding decommissioning, the reality is that this rural land will be lost forever. Industrial scale solar projects are typically for 30 to 40 years. Construction of an industrial scale solar plant requires removal of trees, brush, and root balls prior to installation of arrays, creating an ecological wasteland. Grading, plow driving, blasting, electric cable trenching, and road construction will compact the soil, likely delaying agricultural use for years after the project ends. Solar projects should not be placed near wetlands, rivers, streams, to avoid immediate danger to water quality and possible contamination, ecological disasters. Uncontrolled runoff of water and topsoil is a well-documented byproduct of industrial scale solar site development. This massive increase in watershed sedimentation impacts all downstream rivers and estuaries. Water contamination doesn't stop with the end of construction. Removal of all trees and deep-rooted plants, along with inadequate stormwater controls, lead to long-term runoff and water contamination issues. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you for the time. Thank you.
Hey, Donna Fuller. All right, Donna, what's your address?
5857 Rosedale, it's on there.
I know.
Okay,
It's like-
I didn't even write down the
I'll give it to him.
No, don't give it to
I'm
him.
kidding, I'm kidding.
No, I need to ask about this question about this metal. I don't understand, you're gonna put a dumpster out in the front, is that what you're saying, or to the side? And what are you to bring there?
Metal.
Okay. Are you talking about, cause
It can be anything from.
Dishwasher,
Dishwasher,
refrigerator,
yeah, dishwasher.
dishwasher?
dryer,
Dryer?
Refrigerator,
hot water tank,
hot water tank,
any kind of metal.
Entire
No trash.
rims, no rubber, like.
No trash.
rims, no trash, anything metal, old bicycles.
Camshafts, crankshafts.
Because when I just bought a washer and a dryer, they took them away.
Yeah.
Well,
And
do.
they didn't
do it
charge
for
me
free.
to take
Oh,
them,
no,
so
they
I
don't.
was okay
But
with
there's a
it.
lot of people that don't do that, they just throw them out on the side of the road.
Yeah.
So,
So then you're gonna get money from these, right, the township, because
The
when you
township
take
will.
them in, then you're gonna get money for it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, I just was concerned how that worked. The salt air, I am not for. And I'm gonna tell you why. You're gonna have water run off from these, I don't want it running off onto me or into our creeks. It's just common sense. And they have to be clean. So, I personally don't think we have enough light here, or sunlight, to run this thing. I think you're all putting your money somewhere where it's gonna go. Think about it.
Yeah, but it'll keep a grin on his face.
I smile all the time.
All right, to the Rhonda
I
Griffith.
smile when I'm mad.
I'm not worried.
Rhonda.
You're mad.
I want to say.
I'm not mad, everybody else is.
You see?
Well, that should be a message. You will be next election.
You want me to hold that up there?
Rhonda Griffin, 7021 Georgetown Road. Jerry, the first guy up, you kind of touched on the main thing I was gonna ask, that I've been inquiring if we were gonna follow suit with the recommendation of the Stark County Commissioners to turn in our resolution on April 30th. I didn't know if you were gonna go based on what the trustees or the taxpayers want and the township people want. And also, with that being said, you guys answered your thinking next meeting, we're gonna touch upon that. Is that going to be a meeting where you are gonna take the concerns of the citizens into account, or is it gonna be a meeting where just you three make the decision?
Oh, no, anybody can come talk if they want,
Okay.
sure.
Okay, and then just my next comment then, in researching the Ohio Ethics Commission, Chapter 4, Conflicts of Interest, Use of Authority, Code 102.03, Section D. Use of a position to secure benefit to conflicts of interest law prohibit a public official or employee from using or authorizing the use of his or her public position to get a benefit from the official or employee, or for using his or her public position to avoid a detriment act on a matter before his or her public agency, if the matter definitely or indirectly affects that person. So I'm just hoping that the trustees do the right thing. If anybody has any kind of outcome or involvement that might benefit them, that they recluse themselves from voting on this issue. So I'm hoping that the trustees do the right ethical thing in this matter. Thank you.
Thanks,
Oh,
Rhonda.
and can I ask if anybody in this room is against it? We allowed to show hands?
There's only 10, 5 of you? 6?
Start counting. I'd say we're pretty much
Thanks,
unanimous.
Rhonda.
Thank you.
Deborah Maley.
Hi, my name is Deborah Maley. I reside at 8124 Lincoln Street in East Canton. But I purchased a property at 4454 Eastland. And regarding the cleanup, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know there was money set aside for the cleanup. And I just wondered if the trustees made any stipulations as to who cleaned it up. Because me and my husband cleaned it up, and I just feel that we would be entitled to it for that reason.
Yeah, no. So the property that you bought had a fire. The
Mhm.
insurance company paid the owner, which you didn't own it
Correct.
yet, right? You
Right.
didn't own it yet.
No,
So they paid out to the previous owner. Whenever they pay out on a fire claim, they're supposed to leave 10% back to the township until the property is either cleaned up or repaired or torn down. So if they don't do it, if the homeowner doesn't do it, the money's there for the township to do the work, right? So they gave that money, they gave 100% to the homeowner instead of giving us the 10. So we fought, and they finally sent us the 10% over and above what they already gave the homeowner.
right,
So we gave that, after you fixed up, cleaned up or whatever, the money goes back to where the money came from, and it goes back to the insurance company. Now, if you have a claim, in my opinion, I'm not an attorney, you have to go against the previous owner for that.
right.
That makes
Well, I
sense?
just felt that it wouldn't be right because you and the trustees put it aside. You didn't have any stipulations. I bought it at the auction. I can't help what happened after the fact.
Right,
That's my opinion.
yeah, but the money wasn't, the money's not ours.
Typically, but it was the way it was done. They issued 100% of the loss proceeds to the owner, just like
Right.
George explained.
Yeah.
Typically, we would get that 10% back. He would move on, you'd clean it up, you'd get the 10%. But
Yeah,
it
but
happened.
they did it. They gave
This
them-
was a one-off, it's never happened
They
that way.
gave them everything.
Travelers didn't know that that was a law in Ohio,
That
that
makes
we get
sense.
the money. So we cleared it all through them, but our attorney could possibly clarify, because we
Okay.
did stumble and we worked on it because we didn't want to give the money to the wrong entity.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it looks
Really
nice.
looks nice.
Well, thank you very much. It was a lot of hard work.
A lot of work.
Yep.
Okay, Debbie Fry, 5578 Maple Grove, right?
Right, correct. Okay, I wanna talk about the solar farms. Nimishillen Township is full of beautiful farmland, and we need to be prepared when these solar companies come, and there's gonna be more than one, they're gonna be all waiting in line, asking to lease our precious asset, our farmland. I have some questions to ask you trustees. Why is there not a zoning change from agricultural to business? This is happening in Washington. I wanna know why, what about the chemicals, like the other people have said, washed into the ground when it rains, or when they're cleaning the solar panels? What's gonna happen to the farmland around it? And the water runoff from the solar panels. I mean, it's gonna be like a big parking lot. You know, water rolling down onto, other people's property. How about the neighbors that have to look out their window and see the solar panels? I would not enjoy that, would you? No. I'd like to say one more thing. Couple more minutes. This past December, my husband and I went to the Samsung Solar meeting in Washington Elementary School. We walked into the gymnasium where the Korean salesman had several large maps of farmland on easels. They was sectioned off colored green areas on these maps where Samsung wants to lease farmland. There were several of them. Our hearts sank. We felt we were at a funeral. We have to protect our farmland because God's not gonna make any more land.
Amen.
Amen. That's exactly
I
right.
spent $6 million for my farmland, how much did you spend for it? That's all I wanna know.
Yeah, and I
Is it
think
mine or yours?
part of it is
Anybody
too.
wants to ask me,
I don't wish my.
You wouldn't be doing it if you wasn't in debt.
Part of this was,
Right.
this started 4 years ago, the leasing and stuff started 4 years ago. The Senate bill just came out just this last 6 months or so, allowing the townships to have a voice to the commissioners. So they want our voice to come back to the commissioners on or before April 30th. So we have to do that. Now, Washington Township was before that Senate bill went through, before it gave any authority to some of these individuals, yeah.
Sadly.
We do have some zoning now that calls for solar in our current zoning book, and I made copies for you if you want some of that. You're welcome to have a copy, I have them up here. And to my knowledge, and Jeff could maybe attest, there's nothing solar happening in our area as of right now that we're. Rooftop.
Individual.
That's true.
Yeah, there's some of that going on, and there's some of that in the township now. There's a wind, we have a couple turbines too, some small ones, I believe. So don't, I agree, our farmland is very, very precious. People work hard to own farmland, as there's some guys in this room that have farmland, and they pay taxes, and they, and everybody has families, and we all have futures. And I appreciate you guys coming up and talking, but being respectful and having a good conversation, because if we can't be respectful and have good conversation, we shouldn't do it. So I do appreciate it. We've got one more, it's Harold, is it Michael?
Yes, it is. I'm Harold Michael, live at 5500 Maple Grove, and I'm coming to these meetings trying to figure out exactly how they work. I was here last meeting, a couple gentlemen over here discussed the solar panels on zoning, and I somewhat expected, that was my first meeting, this is my second meeting. Nothing was discussed about it, and I kind of thought, okay, I'll come next week and we'll have an answer on the zoning permit and how, what to go through, if there is a zone, how it's zoned, what to do if you're against it, if you're for it. And tonight I didn't see anything in the paper that says, for so-and-so zoning questions, here's our answers. And like I say, we got till April 30th, and 2 weeks went by, 4 weeks, 2 weeks went by since the last meeting. You got roughly 6 more weeks till April 30th. Before it gets to be too late, I'd like to know who and how the zoning is changed, or what the zoning is, if it can be changed.
Yeah. So our current zoning won't change. The commissioners, correct me if I'm wrong, they're just asking us how we feel. Do you want solar? Do you want wind turbines? Do you want, do you want this? And it's my understanding as well, and maybe Jim can attest, if it's 50 kW or larger, it's out of the purview of the township. You can voice your opinion, and then what's the state board called? Power board?
Siting board.
Ohio Siting Board. They have a vote, and they have to do it, so that Washington Township has to go down to that board, and they have to go through all those.
because of the size of it.
Because of the size, it is.
They're not gonna let us vote. That's how everything works.
Yes, because that one's 350
Right,
kW,
right.
roughly, right?
It's
300
hundred and fifty KW.
or 150
So
kW.
the larger the farm.
It goes to that entity in the commissioners, so this is,
So how do you put a petition in against something like that?
Yeah, it's what you're doing. It's
Right.
talking to your commissioners and talking to your senators and talking to your, that's what it is.
Are you gonna get an answer? No answer?
Well, you should, yeah, your commissioners will, yeah.
And right to,
Oh, yeah,
your feelings to the Ohio Power Siting Board.
there's a lot of information on there too.
They are the ones that decide if it's in.
Yeah,
Anybody can give them
yeah,
positive.
there's like a board of 7, I believe, something like that.
11 voters on
Or
it.
11.
11.
Yeah.
I believe it was Heather. I agree with, everything she said, if that was brought up.
Yeah.
Batteries, I look at the solar power and the battery and the waste. The batteries are good for 5 to 10 years, so let's say every 7 years, those batteries have to be replaced. Same as automotive. What do you do with electric automobiles? Batteries go bad. What do you do with them?
Right,
Well,
well,
you gotta go somewhere, so next
China,
we're
don't they?
yeah, we're in that.
Don't they go to China?
We're in
They
Hopefully.
smell them? No, I'm
hopefully.
serious, don't they?
I don't know,
They
we're,
go.
That'll be the next thing, is we'll have the battery dump, just on the other side of the. Trying to get rid of that.
Yeah, well, it's a big weekend.
yeah,
So,
it's a problem.
one other question or concern is the metal container. Why on the outside of the gate? Why is it open to anybody, does anybody bring it? Shouldn't it be on the inside of the gate if you're paying a card? I mean, you're gonna attract outside, it's gonna become
They'll make money.
If it becomes that, then we'll put it on.
Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, either or put it on the inside. If it becomes a dump, like, that's what I was worried about, trash.
Right.
We don't
right,
want
well, trash or even
Unsightly.
metal dumpster
Yeah,
outside.
we can still put it inside too.
We just wanna stop
Inside that.
people from
On
dumping.
the
stuff
grass.
I
on the side
understand
of
that,
the
I'm not
road.
against it, I said it's a
Yeah.
good idea,
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
wondering why on the outside.
Yeah, we're just trying something new.
That anybody can get to.
Try something new, and if it doesn't work, we'll change it.
Yeah, we'll change it. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dumpster divers stealing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanna say something. I know there's a lot of people who got their PhD on solar from Facebook, okay? Now, I listen to everybody. I would like everyone to go to the Ohio Power Siting Board for their information, all right? We are a power deficit state. We import power from other states. All the electricity made here is gonna be used here. We power 22,500 homes. Coal is done. I mean, we all grew up with coal. I'll bet most people in here grew up without air conditioning in their house. Now we won't live without air conditioning. We all have cell phones, we all have multiple TVs. We're a growing population that lives on electricity. Now, it's not my fault, coal's done. Natural gas, it's great, but the problem is, we can't switch coal plants to burn natural gas. These coal plants are done. Natural gas is not renewable. When it's gone, we're out of gas. It burns up clean oxygen. The other thing is, I hear that there's noise from these stations. If anybody, I just went to a township meeting and the Ohio Power Siting Board was the speaker. And one of the questions was, I heard they make a lot of noise. The gentleman from the siting board, and he's not pro-solar or against it. He's the regulatory commission for it. He said, if you're up against the battery, you can hear it. If you go outside the fence, there is no noise. There is no harsh chemicals used. They use 1 gallon to clean a panel, and it's just water. No harsh chemicals. There's no water runoff of contamination. I know everybody's saying it's gonna kill my horse, my dog, my animal.
Are you gonna guarantee that?
How's that?
Are you gonna guarantee that?
Samsung is. They guarantee it. Who are you gonna believe? I let everybody talk without making fun of anybody.
Yeah.
Go to the Ohio Power Sighting Board, that's not Samsung. And people are saying it's China solar. Somebody told me they're gonna ship the electricity back to China. South Korea hates China more than we do, okay? And I know that it's easy to hate. I got 1 million people that hate me. I love my farm ground as much as anybody. I borrowed $6 million, I'm not a rich guy. And take that times interest. I pay over $120,000 a year in interest for the last 30 years. It's my ground. I'm sorry. I didn't do this to make anybody mad. If I would've known the world was gonna hate me for this, I swear to God, I'd have thought twice about it. But I also swear to God, this is not gonna hurt anybody except aesthetically. The surveys show, ask the sighting board, your property values do not go down. They put trees around the outside. You can laugh, you can do all you want. I don't care, okay? I'm 65, I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's ass. I've been a farmer, nothing but a farmer, my entire life. So, you guys can do whatever you want, it's fine.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, I appreciate it. We're gonna move on to, resolution? Anything else, right? A resolution to enter into executive session authorized under Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1 to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, or the investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual, unless the employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual requests a public hearing by Division G1 of Section 121.22 of the revised code at 7:41 p.m.
Second?
Have a motion and a second voting?
George,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Mark.
Okay. All right, everybody, if you need signatures, get them in school. And then here's some stuff from the township book, and you can copy some yourself.
Breaking the rules of decorum.
I'm not against